in the arena, it is important that sometimes you see that you run out of attempts. You see these coins, and then you get them back with time. But in order to be competitive, you need more than this, right? So you see that tokens are created with time. But if you click on this chest, and no one indicates that I should click here, you can collect a refill of these arena coins, and now we have 10 out of 10 again. And then you can go back to arena from time to time on a daily basis, check back here, because this is how you can make some progress. Now let's see which opponents are worth attacking. For example, this one should be good enough. By the way, every 15 minutes you can refresh if you run out of opponents. If it's borderline, if it's an edge case, then just don't do it. Like, don't fight. Because every single arena coin is precious. I don't know why, but the opponents many opponents tend to choose this hero. And now we won another one. It was important to win at least one because we recreated these arena tokens, you see, and the next one is coming relatively soon. No, actually 59 minutes because the refresh came a bit. It reset the counter. And we have 17 battles already. And to stay in the current tier, we have to collect or complete at least 20 battles in total. You can check out the defense as well. The total is 8k. This is just a comparison of which opponents can be attacked. You see, if the opponents consist of 3 stars and 2 stars, this is just for day 1, obviously, and their levels are not too high and they have like 4 of them and you have an edge of 20-30%, then it's mostly a safe bet. Not always, but mostly. I understand why they choose this orc, because that's the icon, at least on mobile devices. So, okay, we got the arena. Battles, like quite a few. And I'm really risk averse. So, for example, here, 7k versus 8k. Good question. I might still do it. Similar team, by the way. And now the opponent is weaker, so they don't stand a chance. It's also possible to punch above your weight. But then you need to know what you're doing, and I don't claim I do. At least yet. So in this case, your best bet is to play it safe. Play it as safe as possible. Now, this one seems to be a safe enough bet, and then we'll refresh. And on day 1, make sure to allocate enough time on this, because it takes quite a lot. You'll never run out of energy, basically. That mainly holds for day 1. Now, this is completed. And the rest of the battles, even though my chances are quite good, in some cases it's borderline, so I just refresh. I don't want borderline fights. I don't want this one either, because you see 6.3k, but they leveled them these heroes up to 30, 20. I'm not there yet. This one seems to be easy, so let me do this. Every 15 minutes you can refresh. And we go as far as we can. Being risk averse helps. Because at least being risk averse with resources that are scarce, that's what helps. What's next? 4.9k looks really easy. Now, if it was 4.9k and just one unit, in that case it could be really hard. This means that one unit could kill all of you. Next. 6.4k, nothing special, fine. With respect to my 8k power, obviously. Looks okay. 6.2k only for 3 people. It's a borderline one, although we'll most likely win. 7k for 4 people, but some of them are 2-star. That's a potential opponent, although they went up to 1050 already, so they might know how to play. There are some good candidates here. I think the best candidate right now is this one. And what else? Borderline but doable. Maybe it wasn't that borderline. Bear in mind that they just killed the strongest unit. That's why I'm a bit worried when you see strength like this. 6.2, 6.3k, we're at 8k. But eventually we won. So it's not always just strength, you also need to see the composition of the opponent units. That's why this looks to be really easy, but what if it's not, and what if the first unit is really strong? This is the reason why I'm not taking like a lot of risks. Meanwhile, this one, the power is too high with respect to the units that you see here. I think what's happening is that they did a lot more artifact work than us. But you know what? For the sake of the video, I can try this out. Obviously they gang up on the main unit. And now it seems like our path to victory is secured. More or less secured though. Yeah, now just one unit against 4, they cannot do much. So early game is still important, and you know what happens when I go up a level, so 1100? Not just to get more stats, but more importantly, everything gets refreshed automatically. And this means that we get new opponents. You can see defense, now it's 8082. And there you can see, for example, these units, they invested a bit in artifacts, that's fine. Now tokens are gone, which means that you can get the tokens back in this chest. Collect it, and now go back to the arena. And then you have 10 more attempts, plus refreshes. So that's how you play. And make sure to use all your coins all the time.